Well, 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 well. The horsemen of hypocrisy at it again, potentially doing something that's hypocritical. So, he's deciding to sue. So, I believe that this is his content nuke. That he said that there was going to be a second one on Hasan, right? Based off of the first one. Although honestly, he's done like a bunch of separate videos and has been constantly talking about Hasan, you know, on his like dumbass podcast. So, I guess the overall crux of this video, which is this, is well, Ethan's going to sue three women, smaller women creators, Denims, Frogan and Kaceytron, for alleged fair use violations. The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken. That's very, very funny because isn't that essentially the same argument that Matt Haas was also going with when he put forward his lawsuit against Ethan Klein? It makes you think. It makes you think, to be honest. And so I find it very interesting that Ethan is deciding to go ahead with this fucking dumbass angle. And again, I guess so much for being a champion of fair use and whatnot. I I still don't really understand why he's going with the fair use violations. Like, did they not react hard enough? I don't even know if Frogan covered the content nuke video. I'm not sure. We're gonna see what the arguments he makes in the video are. I'm assuming he probably does a lot of out of context clipping, if I were to take a guess. My guess as well is I think he even says that he's not suing Hasan because he didn't get through the entirety of the content nuke, which is okay, Ethan. Like, it's complete nonsense. What Hasan spent like about 8 hours, I think, initially on, I think about 2/3 of the content nuke, because he kept pausing and having to debunk such a ridiculous amount of fucking misinformation that you were putting out there that you were just wrong about, right? So, and I did my whole sort of spiel on the content nuke. I thought the content nuke was really fucking just bad. It was just complete dog shit. It was a terrible, terrible fucking video. Mostly due to the fact that, because I went into there trying to be like a moral, objective arbiter. And since I've learned some more stuff at this point, he lied about the Houthi pirate interview. I thought that the kid, Hashad al-Radad, was a Houthi pirate. He wasn't. He was a Yemeni, a Yemeni teenager at the point. He was like 19, right? So he was a Yemeni kid, and he was not a part of the Houthis. He's just a citizen. If you're not a part of the fucking now terrorist organization. The interview took place when the Houthis were at that point off of the terrorist watch list, because about a month into his presidency, Joe Biden took the Houthis off of the foreign terrorist organization list, and then Trump, a month into his second term, put them back on the foreign terrorist organization list. Again, the only reason why Trump is doing that is for the behest of, is just for the behest of Israel, to be honest. And I find it like I guess fucking Joe Biden's now a terrorist supporter in the mind of Ethan, if he's at least being the very slightest consistent. But no, the thing that really turned me against that video was the fact that he decided to go along with Dan Saltman's schizophrenic fucking conspiracy theory about the Israeli fucking IPs being blocked. Now, were there Israeli IPs that were blocked? Yes. However, they were only Israeli IPs that were blocked from desktops in terms of registration. You could still use phone registrations. Because guess what? If you're doing a phone registration, it's going to have a different fucking IP. Those registrations were not blocked. And Dan Saltman also didn't love to not pay attention to the fact that there were also Palestinian IPs that were being blocked. And I've already talked about more than likely what happened with Twitch. They probably put in the policy because initially they had someone stream a racist attack in 2022, in May 2022, I believe, of someone doing racist attack in a grocery store in, I believe it was Buffalo. I think it was Buffalo. It was a racist attack on a grocery store. Someone went up there, streamed the attack, killed 13 people, 11 of the victims being minorities. I believe they were black people specifically. So 11 of the people that were killed in a racist attack were black people, if I recall correctly. So, that's a whole factor as well as to why they were also blocking IPs, because more than likely Twitch didn't want to have another one of those fucking racist-esque attacks be streamed on their live streaming fucking platform from either, I don't know, sources from Hamas or the fucking IDF. Because if we go on like TikTok, for example, we can find fucking TikToks, or there were probably TikToks of the IDF streaming their fucking war crimes. Quite literally. Twitch doesn't want to fucking deal with that smoke, so they banned the fucking IPs and did not allow anyone to make any more registrations of those IPs. Or, well, banned the fucking registrations of those IPs from desktops, which is what they did. Sure, fine, fantastic, excellent. They didn't want to fucking deal with any of that bullshit. Great. Okay. Why was that policy still in place? And if I were to take a guess, and this I would mostly say is a tribute to not malice, but to incompetence. They probably put it in, wanted to keep it in there for a while, and just forgot to turn it off. I'll be honest, they just forgot to turn it off. Now, a lot of the counter arguments that these morons will say is like, well, what about Twitch unbanning all of those anti-Semitic creators like Fresh and Fit and Sneeko? Like I've said before, Twitch, even though they do indefinite ban policies, they indefinitely ban people, more than likely has a policy of only having that be in effect for probably a set amount of years. If I were to say. Keep in mind, Vosh, as an example, was also indefinitely banned for the comments about Israel that he had. The Pepe 416, blah, blah, blah. If you were there, you were there, you know. You know what he said, right? About Israel. And he got permanently banned for that. But I believe in 2022 or 2023, his indefinite ban got reversed, kind of randomly. He sent appeals, but eventually he stopped, and then eventually they just unbanned him, sort of just naturally. So, more than likely, if I were to take a guess, there's a policy in Twitch saying that the indefinite bans aren't actually indefinite, and that more than likely there's a system in place that eventually just takes off that indefinite ban. And depending on the content creator in question, the Twitch staff more than likely will re-ban them based off of like whatever offenses. Like Sneeko and Fresh and Fit got like soon banned like right after. But I do believe that even though that was the case and Ethan saw that, I think he himself also said that they got banned soon after anyways, and was honest about that at least. But again, like I've been saying before, between the idiotic, schizophrenic conspiracy theory that Dan Saltman was orchestrating, of course, Ethan also had a problem with the fucking stupid hummus tier list, the Sabra fucking tier list, doing a conflation of Sabra, which does mean Jew, to Sabra hummus, which was the joke. I'm like 95% certain that was what was meant there. And even Ethan fucking acknowledges that. Like, we all know, it's a fucking US-based company. Quite literally, it is fucking colonizer hummus bullshit. Like, that's the thing. Because, again, Israelis want to claim everything that is Middle Eastern is actually theirs because they are colonizers, for example. The CEO was born in the US. So, again, it's complete fucking bullshit, but like, whatever. It's complete fucking nonsense. Who the fuck cares about any of that shit? It was fucking stupid. Can we quibble about if it was a poorly executed joke? Sure. I can agree with that position. But to do the whole fucking conflationary bit of saying that, Sabra meant Jew in that particular case, even though they put a bunch of non-Jews in the supposed Jew category of Sabra hummus, is very fucking stupid. And him and Dan Saltman, as well as DGG and a bunch of drama commentary YouTubers, ginned up a fucking idiotic conspiracy theory got the ADL in on it and had those 5 creators banned for a month. And the 5 creators were Frogan, Denims, Vio, Raf, and Capri Sun Poppy. Those were the 5, and they're all Arab. All Arab fucking content creators. You know, one of them is a Persian, whatever. One of them is an Arab Jew, yada, yada, yada. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. It doesn't matter. Who cares? All of them were Middle Eastern fucking content creators, and all of them got banned. Why? Because of a stupid fucking conspiracy theory that was ginned up by DGGers and Dan Saltman, Ethan Klein, and drama commentary YouTubers. All of these fucking troglodytes. So, that is, I guess, the essential huge preamble that I am having with the initial content sort of nuke video. Now, obviously, there's like the Hezbollah stuff where Ethan got pretty much most of the history for as to why Hezbollah, or, you know, came up and became a terrorist organization completely fucking wrong. I've talked about that in the video before. Hezbollah, and I'll do a quick summary again, a TLDR, or TLDW, is basically Hezbollah came up as a group as a result of the first Israeli-Lebanese war. They were doing attacks in the southern parts of Lebanon. These sort of disparate groups that were attacking Israel, I believe. They were attacking the Israelis with, like, mortar fire and some rocket attacks because, again, of a lot of the bullshit that Israel is doing. You know, blah, 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 blah. They did an invasion of Lebanon as a result. This obviously pissed off the Lebanese government and pissed off all of these disparate factions within the southern parts of Lebanon. They coalesced together to form Hezbollah. Not only the political party of Hezbollah, but also the militant wing of Hezbollah. And they managed to push the Israelis out of Lebanon. Like, they were occupying southern parts of Lebanon, but eventually they got fucking pushed out because it became untenable for them to stay there. The Hezbollah was able to push them out. And now Hezbollah is a big prominent party and, well, militant organization against, well, Israel as a result. So, again, we're talking about a guy who also used a lot of DGG out of context clips of Hasan to attack him, as well as, you know, Hasan's orbiters, blah, 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 blah. Time for me to be accused of being an orbiter, but it is fairly clear and obvious that the clips were pretty out of context, simply put. But Hasan has a huge fucking explainer video about all the fucking contexts and everything. It's 8 hours long. If there are particular parts that you want to go into in Hasan's video, I can put it within the description of this, I suppose, video, and you can see him explain it for himself. I don't want to go through 8 hours of stuff. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff, okay? Let's just say what Ethan did with that context nuke, or content nuke, not context nuke, content nuke, was incredibly fucking dishonest. Simply put, he was just wrong and was operating off of very, very poor information. So, with all of this preamble out of the way now, let's get into the supposed next nuke. If it's a dud or if it's a hit. I personally don't have very good feelings on this.
Hi there. My name is Ethan Klein, and my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today, I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you.
I mean, to be fair, you did do a lawsuit on Noah Samsen and were forced to drop that case because it just was not going anywhere, to be honest. I mean, Ethan, you are a multimillionaire if you want to just... And he's been constantly doing this. He's just been, like, throwing around his fucking millions of dollars of wealth that he's accrued from his podcast in order to be able to, well, do idiotic, frivolous fucking lawsuits. Like, that's not, like, hyperbole. He has been doing that.
Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney. Let me tell you guys...
Did he even light the cigar? Whatever.
The story. About a year and a half ago, It's a big conversation called ReactGate. ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use.
Is he doing the whole stupid, idiotic bit talking about ex-Destiny orbiter Denims? That's a little fucking strange. Why the fuck would you bring up that she's an ex-Destiny orbiter? Why does that fucking matter? Is it just as a way to deflect from the fact that you yourself now are a Destiny orbiter and operate off of a lot of information based off of, well, Destiny's clips and viewers, like, out of context stuff that they feed you through your subreddit? I wonder.
People like Hasan, XQC, and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient commentary or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lamino had to say about this phenomenon.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video. A facecam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue. My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work. Or, they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. Something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done when they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos. But to answer your question, no, I don't want people to stream or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
Now understand...
I don't disagree with Lamino there. I think Lamino is correct in that assessment. Which is why I technically speaking, I guess I am also vulnerable to that. I try to add in as much as possible. I think Hasan has his own fucking spiel for as to why he does react content the way that he is. I don't know if it's, like, sufficient. I haven't seen the sort of, like, explanation for a while. Same with, like, XQC or Asmongold. Certainly, I don't really disagree with this point. That is probably... Honestly, that's, like, one of the reasons that turned me off of, like, Hasan's content to sort of that in general. But, like, let's be honest here. Is Hasan, like, a major React channel? Sure, yeah, you can quibble about that. You can partially agree with that, but I think he's, like, mostly diversified his content at this point. You can even make the same argument with, like, XQC, although less so with XQC, and probably more so with Asmongold. I think Asmongold has done more diversification of his content, relatively speaking. I'll give credit to Asmongold for that, as much as I fucking hate him, but sure, whatever. I do think that Lamino's point is certainly agreeable. I don't disagree with this whatsoever. But again, like, Ethan, like, it's kind of hypocritical that this is the kind of attack line that you're going with. I mean, I should expect this from the horsemen of hypocrisy, but It's rather hypocritical that this is the line of attack that you're going with when Matt Haas accused you of the exact same thing, and you argued correctly that, hey, has have you put in a more than enough sort of, like, content and talked about it, blah, 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 blah. Now, we can talk about certain videos being more egregious in terms of, like, Hasan, Asmongold, and XQC, and I would agree with those. Those should be taken down, but is this, like, a sort of, like, general sort of blanket statement that is accurate to say? No, because that's more or less what Ethan's argument I'm assessing so far is here.
Understandably, this made a lot of people angry, because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this, and no, it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned. So in that regard, do you care at all about...
Well, if I recall correctly, that was when XQC did the fucking worm. I remember that moment. That shit was so fucking... I mean, XQC is a fucking idiot, but, like... And Ethan, more or less, if we want to talk about, like, rhetorical sort of, like, ability, it's kind of easy to beat XQC in terms of rhetorical proficiency, because XQC half of the time is completely unintelligible. You can't understand half of the words he says more often than not. So, Ethan didn't really have anything for the worm tactic, okay? He got wormed on. Get owned, idiot. He had nothing for that rhetorical tactic.
Like IP or copyright? Or, like, the fact that it's illegal, does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because
But that's fair.
watch me full screen cam and do the fucking worm, then watch your
Do
plan,
that.
then watch
Bro,
your plan
do it
content.
for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least. The ultimate debate bro. He hit him with the worm. Oh, you didn't think of that first. I kid XQC, but he is not the one I'm suing. Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing, you'll see, are much, much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate...
How is XQC not a malicious infringer based off of the definition from Lamino's? Because if we're operating based off of what Lamino has said, XQC would technically be one of the worst infringers, unless he's changed recently. My bet is that probably not. XQC does not seem to be the particular kind of individual to change on this particular aspect. I don't think so. He's, well, very good at producing, like, very lazy, rudimentary content, relatively speaking. I don't think that's hyperbolic or ridiculous to say in particular. Like, I would probably agree with that assessment. But based off, if we're operating off of Lamino's, like, definition, XQC should be one of the prime suspects. Again, I've not seen much of XQC's content. Like, actually, no, I have seen a little bit of XQC's fucking content recently. Why don't we take a look at, like, what his reaction was for the LA protests, right? When I was commentating on that, when the slap apocalypse decided to come and he became, well, the Horseman of Void. Oh, the Four Horsemen analogy doesn't work anymore because now there's, what, 5 horsemen? There can only be 4 horsemen. What the? I don't care. Like, let's be honest here. That's the Channel 5 stuff. He did like an hour long. I want to see it's the fucking libtard stuff. This video is what I want in particular right here. If I were to, like, take a look through this, how much commentary does, like, XQC have in this fucking video?
Is this on in IRL in LA? Nah, that's hard.
Uh-huh.
Just saying to the chatters.
My ears still raising that flashback.
That blew up in our face. That was crazy.
Sick.
Uh-huh.
Like, I felt it in my head. Like the impact of it.
Yo, this is my favorite part, when they block the highways and people can't go to work. Chat, that really gets the...
Now, you know, does the, of course, like, we really need, I'm not gonna, like, debunk all of, like, XQC's, I don't know, 3 IQ dumb fuckery on, like, his thoughts on the, what sort of efficacy of what how to protest. Like, I'm not gonna, like, talk about his refereeing of the Los Angeles protests at this point. It's stupid and idiotic to quibble about that, but whatever, sure.
The people on your side when they can't go to work, cause...
Okay, so there's, like, XQC's commentary, sure.
Okay, that goes over there.
It's his words.
Chat, you might just come show me. Is there like a YouTube that has, like, a good and shit? This is gonna be crazy.
He's just, like, mostly, for the most part, just sitting there and just kind of reacting, right? Like, not really providing any commentary or anything. And this is about 1 minute in. Like, he's just saying, like, check, do you have, like, the thing, or whatever the fuck. Sick. The only thing he said about, like, the only point that he's brought up, basically, is just being, like, a little referee. How far am I in this video? Let's go 3 minutes into this video, sure.
The means I programs to humanize our essays and it will show us 0% I written.
Let's see, XQC, does he have anything to say? Does he say anything?
Are they going to basically try to push them back up the ramp? Is that the idea?
This is it.
So he switches feeds. Sure.
Chat, this sounds right, Chat. I'm waiting on your side. If you shut up and you got an American flag like her.
XQTIU.
So he's complaining about there being no American flags, no further sort of analysis there. Now, you may be wondering, Daha, why the fuck are you bringing this, I don't know, troglodyte up? Why are you just like, why are you doing basically the same thing? I'm bringing this up as a sort of analogy to sort of talk about who is much worse in terms of the sort of reaction sort of content, going off of what Lamino's sort of a definition is. I would agree that XQC and sort of, well, XQC, Hasan in the past, I would say was also quite bad about this. And I'm not 100% certain how much he's improved on this. I know that XQC has basically done no improvements on this, and Asmongold is also not very much so better on this either. He's probably better than XQC, but that can also be quibbled about, which is why I'm bringing this up.
No?
XQCL. Okay.
Interesting. Chat, technically, is this legal or not?
Wow. It's a significant size crowd there, basically. And then there's people.
So why don't they just drop a massive net over the...
Why are they, like, okay, first off, I have to say this first. Like, why, like, it's not illegal to wave another fucking flag of a different country at a protest. Who the fuck cares about any of that? There's nothing in the Constitution. Stupid. It's just dumb. It's really dumb.
Over the whole highway and arrest everybody.
They're not doing anything wrong, obviously. Like, why arrest all of them? What did they do? They have a permit to be there, XQC? They do. They have a permit. They can be there. So, and they're not doing anything wrong or illegal. This is the First Amendment. If anything, like, the cops are now blocking the other part of the fucking highway. But XQC doesn't really care about that. Sure.
All those people up above, look at, they're surrounded by protesters above them. I'm guessing it's a scary situation for the police. Look at all the protesters above them.
Well, if you're here, it's legal, so why don't they put a net there?
What the protesters are doing is not illegal, but again, like, he's basing off of what all the dumbass fucking 3 IQ chatters are saying, and they're all idiots. So, I guess overall in this quick sort of 3-minute little blurb here, XQC really does not provide much analysis besides like, dude, blocking traffic is kind of bad and there's no American flags. Bro, you're fucking, if we want to do the stupid LARP bullshit, sure, you're a fucking dumbass fucking Quebecois Canadian dude, okay? Like, you're not any more American than anyone else fucking down there, okay? It's stupid. But, again, overall point here, why am I bringing this up? XQC has not really improved much on his behavior. That's the thing that I'm mostly pointing out here. So, in terms, relatively speaking, of, like, Lamino's definition, XQC, certainly. Hasan, questionable. Same with Asmongold. Questionable as well. But we're going to complain about, like, other people that are malicious? By Lamino's definition, XQC is more malicious. But okay.
And in the wake of this large conversation, the problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hasan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts. When Hasan gets up to go to the bathroom, or to eat, or to talk to his mom, or to do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time and leaves the video playing for his chair. Mr. Chair, they call it.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana'a. Then this.
So this is him just looking at what? A news segment, right? News segment, news segment, news segment, news segment. Why are we also, I don't understand, why are we hyper specifically focusing on Hasan? Hasan doesn't really take many breaks, to be honest, right? As far as I can tell, he doesn't have like a BRB screen. He just like gets a video, he talks about it. Also, a lot of this are like, so far it's mostly just like news sort of segments, right? Where there's a particular video, he lets it play and then says a bunch of shit when he comes back, blah, 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 blah. He has probably, I assume, a lot more content to get through, and also he sort of streams for much longer. It is understandable that he gets up out of the chair and goes and takes a piss or whatever, sure. You can complain about, like, quibble about, like, how long it is or something, but okay, whatever. I see this as, like, tenuous at best. And again, I would, like, is it, like, any better in comparison to, like, what Asmongold or XQC do, or these other, like, prime sort of big reaction channels? No, maybe, like, again,
And it was in this setting that I...
Yeah, he's going over a bunch of news segments. I don't see what the big problem is. Like, oh no, the billion-dollar news conglomerates and corporations are not going to get an extra $20 fucking dollars? or like an extra $5 fucking bucks from all of Hasan's fans going to look at a particular news segment? Like, this is what we're complaining about? Really, Ethan? Okay, sure. Like, you didn't even play any examples of him taking content from, like, a particular content creator. Like, there was a TikTok there. Okay, sure. That can be quibbled about. And overall, I guess I could, like, agree with that position there. But most of those were news segments from multi-billion-dollar corporations. We're going to complain about that? Ridiculous.
I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist, they couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published?
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch.
So this is the argument that I saw. This is one of the fucking most idiotic, schizophrenic arguments I've ever seen on the planet. Oh, I'm not totally upset and not jealous about the fact that my fucking content nuke didn't perform as well as I hoped it did, but it still performed relatively well for my fucking channel. But it didn't go as well as it did in comparison to all the counterattacks it fucking received. Like, the content cop blew the thing out of the water by, like, double the fucking views, my dude. Like, come on, bro. Like, are we gonna be for real? Like, sure, let's get the fucking content nuke. What's the fucking view count on the content nuke? Content nuke Hasan. What, 3.5 million views from 4 months. And how about the content cop? H3. 2 months, half the time, twice the amount of fucking views. And even the response, the follow-up response, got 2 million fucking views. Crazy. Who would have fucking thought? Like, really? You want to now, like, have the copium argument that was like, hey, actually, it was a honeypot this whole time, so I have basis to sue people. Yeah. Bro, what the fuck is this? Okay.
The entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would.
That's how it's supposed... Like, okay, what do you mean don't have time to form an opinion on it? What the fuck are you talking about? Hello? You watch, like, okay, Ethan, you probably understand this. If you're watching a particular video, okay, you're only going to watch it once. I am different, however. If I'm watching particular videos, when I do the fucking yap sessions about things that I want to learn about, I will very often, pretty much 100% of the time, I haven't been sort necessarily for, like, I think the 2 most recent ones. No, the most recent one I did pre-watch in order to help formulate my opinions and sort of, like, watch and see if I would be interested in it. One of the other ones before, I just decided to fucking raw dog it. Which would have been, I don't remember which one it was, but I just raw dogged it on stream. Fuck it. Generally speaking, I will pre-watch and say, okay, this is the stuff I want to talk about. This is the stuff I want to bring up because I'm interested in this particular topic. This is what I'm interested, blah, blah, blah. This is the theming that I want to bring up. Okay, I suppose I have, like, more integrity in that case. If we're talking about, like, sloppy fucking dog shit videos that you're going to see only once, you click on it, you're just like, okay, I'm interested in seeing, like, what's said here, adding my own sort of commentary on here, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do, like, a whole, like, super in-depth, deep dive, whatever, bumblefuck bullshit. Generally speaking, there's, like, not much of a point. You just, like, fucking raw dog the fucking opinion, okay? And then, you pause on it, you have your piece. When a person makes a particular argument or point, you say your counterpoint, blah, 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 you quibble about it, yada, yada, yada. You pose opinions out there for the audience to also discuss with as well, for them to also quibble, disagree, or agree with. Yada, yada, yada. You know, whatever. And now, like, you're just going to say it was because it was supposed to be a honeypot, but you wanted it to be a honeypot, but you wanted people to also, like, look at it and consider it and think about it in particular. Which is it? Like, if you wanted it to be a very highly informed, well-researched out video that was, you know, very, very well considered, thought about, researched, but you didn't do that. It was just sloppy fucking dog shit research that I brought up a lot of the problems with earlier. Again, I will post the fucking dumbass 8-hour fucking Hasan react content to it, where he gets through, I think, about 2/3 of it, and has a ton of pauses in it to debunk a lot of Ethan's idiotic fucking misinformation and things that he just completely left out that are all appropriately fucking segmented, so you can click to whichever bumblefuck part you want to click to. Okay? But you wanted it to be very carefully considered and thought about, but it wasn't constructed in that way. It was a complete fucking slop shit show fest, which makes people not want to fucking do that and just raw dog the react and just go ahead with it. Like, at this point, like, I have nothing else to sort of say in this particular aspect besides skill issue. Like, unironically, just skill issue. Make a better fucking stupid attack hit piece video essay, Ethan. Like, just be better. This is ridiculous.
Captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denims sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions...
Wait, wasn't she also, like... Hasan's face was right there. Wait, no, this is a part of the, never mind. This is a part of the content nuke. That's my mistake. That's not Hasan's reaction to it. Sure. Okay. Was this the sort of... I'm curious. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm curious. Did she just mostly just sit there and do nothing? Denims reacts content nuke. Insane reaction. Well, that's H3. Ethan's Hasanabi nuke. She spent 4 hours on this. Okay. I find it very funny that he's clickbaiting with Asmongold's face and XQC, but, like, he's not suing them. Very silly. Okay, she spent 4 hours on the video, my dude.
7. It's happening?
It's 4 hours.
Launch.
Thank God.
5.
Launch.
4. 3.
It's saved. H3H2. Product. Thing we could all agree on.
But okay, let's assess Ethan's claim here. Okay, the content nuke was about an hour and a half. Sure. Okay, this is Denims spending about 4 fucking hours on it, about double the length of the time. Okay, I can only assume that more than likely she provided a lot of commentary and a lot of sort of, I don't know, thoughts and beliefs. Let me do personal anecdote Reno time. Sure, why not? I called it Ethan Klein and the Consequences of DGG Slop. I spent about 4 hours and a half on that video. Yeah, the video itself was about 4 hours and a half on my fucking channel. Also, that was about triple the length of the video, because the content nuke was about an hour and a half. So about triple the time. Okay, so we want to quibble about and have problems with the length. What is an appropriate amount of time to react to a particular piece of content? Well, let's get to a point, okay? Because Denims is more than likely listening to Ethan to see, like, listen to a particular argument that she may disagree with and talk about it, or that she may agree with and talk about.
And what was
Let's listen to this.
That we love America and everything she stands for. Mom and Dad and apple pie. Sure, there's plenty to criticize and endless things to improve, but I thought it was about making a more perfect union, not tearing it down. The thing is, there's something kind of scary.
So far, not really any arguments being raised here initially by Ethan. It's a preamble.
Communism.
That's America. That's America to me.
How much of that is a joke? A couple of years ago with my acquaintance, Hasan Piker. Well, you might remember him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it, I'm saying it. Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. That's not what I said.
You dumb bitch. And of course, the Leftovers podcast, which was our show, which we made broadly to goof on the antics of the right. Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
There's Ethan Klein being a delightful human being.
I was just gonna say, if there's another Holocaust, if they start rounding up the Jews again, I hope Ben gets...
He presents himself as someone like
Edgy.
me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And we went on making the show for about 2 years, and everything was good. Everyone was having fun. The audience was having fun. No problem.
Okay, let me just he literally calls himself a socialist. Let's just start there. Like, let's just start there, okay? For just 2 fucking seconds. Oh my god, dude. A left-leaning Democrat. Now you're just being disingenuous. Come on. Weasel little.
Okay, so there's Denims disagreeing with one of Ethan's points, calling Hasan a fucking left-leaning Democrat, which, yeah, as far as I can tell, is an accurate point to criticize, because I don't think Hasan has ever called himself a left-leaning Democrat before. He's always called himself a socialist. I don't even think I talked about that point, because it's like, did I talk about... I don't even fucking remember this. The fucking video came out, like, months ago. Like, I don't remember all the fucking points I raised up in there. Like... I think I even, like, questioned that claim. I'm just like, did he ever call himself a Democrat? I don't think so. Like, pretty sure he's called himself, like, a socialist before on stream. Like, the DNC and the Democrats more than likely know that's what his position is. But, yeah, sure.
That was until this happened. We were doing our regular show.
Okay, we could talk. Okay, sure. Like, she didn't react for very long there or something. She just provided a little fucking quibble point. Sure. Okay. Is that, like, malicious? Or what exactly? Again, she spent 4 fucking hours on the video.
And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. I don't hate the idea of, like, people who can be successful. I think it's good that people can achieve success in the term monetary success. I mean, that's what that means, right? I do. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Because I see so many people in the chat saying no.
I don't know what y'all are tripping about. Like, what the fuck do you
What is the idea that people are looking for?
You guys are all, like, radical communists? There's that many radical communists? Suck it, chat. You're watching a capitalist pig. Deal with it. And then this happened. This comment from Hasan really started to sound some alarms in my head. If you're in a socialist country with multiple parties, and one of the parties is a capitalist party, which would surely exist, what would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education and offering more...
re-education?
Re-education, certainly, yeah. There should be an enforcement mechanism, and in that enforcement mechanism, I think, like, rehabilitation, which would include re-education as well.
If putting capitalists in re-education camps isn't disturbing enough, I started to notice that Hasan was carrying a lot of...
First of all, where did he say that? Oh my god, where did he say that? Second of all, Christ almighty, oh my god. Second of all, why is this giving high school video projects? Why is this giving, like, okay kids, everybody you need to go home and make a YouTube video. All right. Like, and then, introduction. In conclusion.
water for communist states, war crimes, and genocides.
What do you call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River, a Russian river. The annexation of Crimea is absolutely a justifiable annexation. Tibet was literally a fucking feudal slave mandate, like...
I think Hasan has changed his position on... I do not agree with, like, a lot of Hasan's Ukraine takes. I think they're really fucking bad, but... Okay, sure. The Denims, I guess, is, like, not really reacting there. Not really providing much of a fucking point. She's just, like, kind of making fun of, like, Ethan's point. Okay, sure. Let's keep going. Again, like, why is this video, like, 4 hours long, Ethan? Your content news was about an hour and a half.
Something like this, people get very upset. Like something he would have made.
Yes.
That, you know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying...
You know the thing that I hate about this is that, I mean, I'm going to give it some time, but so far, he literally has refused to point out why any of the things are wrong. He expects the viewer to do all of the work to explain why the things are right or why the things are wrong. And a lot of it is just like an appeal to American ignorance, right? Like, I think the best example is Americans who think like the social credit system in China is real. Who think that like literally once your social credit drops too much, you're just like not allowed to be part of society. Like you try to go get a coffee and it's like, no coffee, you below social credit. Like it's sad that so many Americans think that. When in actuality, it's unbelievably similar and close to, if not about the same as like your credit score. Like your credit score that you have as an American that is tied to your credit card. That's supposed to help lenders know who to lend to and blah, 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 blah. But it's sad. Like that's why so many Americans went on Redbook and were like, wait, you guys don't actually live like this? And then the Chinese people were like, hey, do you actually have to pay $5,000 for an ambulance ride? And we're like, uh-huh. And they're like, oh, I thought it was propaganda. Oh, are you sure it's not propaganda? Oh.
I can't wait for Asmon to watch this and go up and raise an eyebrow for 2 hours.
I'm sorry for you, American. It's like, yeah, me too. She gets 8 months. Splatter, thank you for the prime. Mira, thank you for the tier 1. And yes, that will be the Asmongold response.
My tongue or whatever, but like...
Okay. She reacted a little longer there. Again, like, the point of me bringing this up is, why do we really care about the efficaciousness of how long a person should react to a particular piece of content? Again, Denims's, like, react to Ethan's content nuke was about 4 hours long, which is about double the length of the video, right? Depending on which parts that she may have bigger problems with, she probably added more to a particular part or less to a particular part. The overall point that I'm bringing here with this is, again, the problem Ethan is seemingly having here is, what is an efficacious amount of time to spend to react to a particular piece of content, which is a very idiotic fucking distinction. Like, who the fuck cares about that stuff, right? Now, you can quibble about, like, again, if we are going off of what Lamino's definition mostly is, like, is Denims not fulfilling Lamino's definition here? You can make an argument that maybe there's a yes or no. Does she, like, get up out of her chair at some point in time? I don't know. It seems like she's been in the chair the whole fucking time. Yeah, she's in the chair the whole fucking time, so it doesn't satisfy that part of the definition. And yeah, she sits there and lets parts of the video play out so she can, you know, allow Ethan to have time to make his points, and then she can have problems with particular points that Ethan is having and talk about them, or sort of like whatever. Like, talk about them, react to them, disagree, or agree to those particular points. Blah, 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 blah. Sure, whatever. Like, some people could probably accuse me, rightfully so, of overreacting, trying to spend too much time on a particular point and a context in order to sort of, like, figure out a particular position or something, or to talk about things. I certainly think that I have, well, done that before. I criticize my own actions for that, I suppose. Like, again, the point that I'm mostly bringing up here is just like, why is this a particular problem? Why are we quibbling about the sort of what is an appropriate amount of time to react to a piece of content? That's going to be super broad and subjective, and based off of what Ethan is saying, the basis of what he is suing off of, that's going to be really fucking difficult to argue in court, because it's something that is super fucking subjective. Now, could we talk about, like, Denims not really engaging with any of the points? Sure. Maybe. Whatever. I'm not gonna fucking watch the whole 4-hour fucking thing to get, like, context to see if she does fucking react to a particular point. The point that I'm, again, reiterating here at this point for, like, the third time is, what is, like stream, it's basically like streamer react harder or streamer react less or whatever the fuck. It's stupid. It's an idiotic distinction.
Here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a sticky post.
I'm very curious, the Snarks, because I don't think, like, Snark shit is good. I agree with Ethan here. I fucking think Snark Reddits are stupid and dumb, right? It's like just like Kiwi Farms fucking bullshit, the more often than not. But again, like, is there any evidence that Denims is working with the Snark Reddit, for example? Like, I'm curious. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub. Okay, so they've supported the sub, which means Denims is there. So that's the argument in saying that she supports the sub. Do we have, like, a clip? Does Ethan provide a clip of her saying, like, I agree with the Snark Reddit. I think the Snark Reddit is a good thing, right? Like, do we get anything from the horse's mouth? Let me see. I'm curious. H3 Snark Mega Thread. Let's see. Curious. Let's see. H3 so threats against this. Let me see. Who supports? Ethan does not support. I want to find the fucking thing. Where is this particular thread? Zionism mega thread. Perhaps if I just say mega thread. H3 show, H3 show, content nuke, snark mega thread. Okay. Please watch the reactions to this video. That's not exactly it. Curious. Okay. Where to watch and discussion. Here we go. Here's a list of creators who have supported our sub here by either engaging with us directly or by citing our posts in their critiques of H3. If you're planning on watching along with any of them, we ask that you carry out our sub's rules in those spaces too. Okay, so what is Denims? What's the link here? Is this the VOD? No, it just goes to Denims' stream. Okay, well that doesn't really accomplish much of anything. Is there any particular clip of her saying that she's using information from the Snark Reddit? Because this is the exact thread that you're using for evidence here, Ethan. And this link that points to Denims' name, right? Sure, we can even look at, like, what? Mike from PA. Well, that just goes to his Twitch. Okay, that's Mike from PA's Twitch. One of the people that you're suing is Kaceytron. This just goes to her stream. Okay. Yeah, Ethan Klein is suing me. Very, very cool. Yada, yada, yada. She is just simply, this is just her stream again. Frogan, sure. One of the other people that you are also suing. Here is Frogan. It just is another link to her stream. This isn't pointing into any particular clips or anything. Are you going to provide context for this, Ethan? For your evidence that you were saying here? Or are you just going to go off of what a mod of the Snark Reddit is saying? I don't think this is enough substantial evidence unless you provide a clip. Clips of them using any Snark information? Let's see.
From the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew, when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter. So, thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement. But how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys.
Wait, you're not providing any evidence. Okay, so this is also from Snark. I'm still a little curious. In what way is this copyright infringement being done by Snark? They're taking your public, like, this is a public post, for example, right? From his Instagram? Is that copyright infringement? Of, like, your IP? A public Instagram post? This is your evidence, Ethan? An Instagram post is your IP? Okay. Sure, I guess, like, IP doesn't mean anything to anyone. Like, I guess you have all of your fucking IP is copyright protect, like, not IP. Your Instagram posts have all copyright protections? This is the evidence that you're citing based off of Snark committing copyright infringement? This is very fucking tenuous at best, right? This is like such a stretching of the imagination as to what IP law is supposed to do. Like, this is fucking ridiculous.
If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you.
Okay.
You couldn't cook up a more incriminating statement if you...
That is the evidence that Ethan is using for the incriminating Snark clip that fucking Denims is using? One of his public Instagram posts. Really, Ethan? That is a fucking weak argument. That is fucking pathetic, dude.
You tried. Denims, the queen of self-owning, you prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you gotta register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damage.
Again, are all of your Instagram posts have copyright infringement protections, Ethan? Because that is an Instagram post. What post is that? What post is it? Where's it coming from? Watching the content nuke, I'm curious. I want to find this, because it's from this video. Is this a link from chat?
When you put
I want to see the post.
Dan Clancy's refusal to moderate extremists is the only reason for any of this. He is the
What's
person
the
to blame.
post?
He had so many opportunities to stop this. Ultimately, after dedicating months of my life to creating this video, I am left with
Don't admit that, man. Come on. Just a little self-respect.
one overwhelming conclusion.
Don't do that. Don't.
Fuck
no.
this dude.
Yeah, the fact that he spent months creating that fucking dog shit content is pathetic.
Wow. That's gotta be like top 5 worst videos I've ever seen in my fucking life. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That was pretty dog shit. I'm gonna be honest. I never want to see anything like that ever again. Please, I'm begging you, Ethan Klein.
What
stop
is this
making
name?
videos.
What is
They're
this
not
snark
good.
post name?
That was months of labor. You should reconsider doing that. That's not good. That's not good. Can we look at comments? I mean, one thing I can say for sure is like a lot of people came to rapidly like and dislike the video. Okay, there's nothing interesting here. It actually is kind of, yes. It's actually. Sure. And I know that he's bragging about it on his timeline. Someone sent this earlier. His response.
Here. Okay. So this is the contents. So this is the snark. This is an Instagram fucking post. Okay. Of him doing the sort of like copium bit, because this is copium, right? Because it was bad. It was pretty bad. Call me dumb. I mean, it was pretty fucking stupid. Wait for your friends to clip tiny moments from the video and to avoid interacting with any major criticism. I mean, the major criticisms that you levied, for the most part, Ethan, were very stupid. Like, to be honest, kind of ridiculous and silly. And then this is the most important, never watched the video. I mean, he eventually did watch the video. Because it was really dumb, and he did it for a charity. Like, again, Ethan, I have to ask you, Denim said herself, this is from his Instagram. Is every single post on your Instagram automatically stamped with copyright infringement protections? Really? That is fucking ridiculous. I don't think that's the case. This is not your fucking IP. You are just spreading your thoughts on a public platform. Does that mean literally I am now committing copyright infringement by listening to Denims' opinion? If I go on like a Twitter thread, for example, like, look, I'm gonna take a look at this fucking Twitter thread and talk about this man proposing to his fucking AI chat bot girlfriend, okay? After I'm done looking at this stupid fucking dog shit. And I'm going to talk about the opinions that this individual lays out here. I'm going to say what is being said here, repeat them, blah, 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 blah. See what I agree with, see what I fucking disagree with, yada, yada, yada. Is that me committing copyright infringement? Really? This is a public post on a public forum. Does anyone interacting and commenting on a public post on a public forum count as copyright infringement? That is a very fucking strange standard. That doesn't make any fucking sense. No, it's fucking stupid. I don't even know if that violates Title 230. Does it? This seems very, very strange, to be honest, but the argument that Ethan is laying out here. Very, very ridiculous.
Guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe.
Actually, I'm curious. What is the rest of this?
100% predicted. Say it's bad. Say everyone who thinks it's bad. Say everyone thinks it's bad. Call me dumb. Wait for your friends to clip tiny moments. And the most important part, never watch the video. Too risky. Yeah. Sure.
My professor would film me, and I turned in this quality of video.
I think you said fail me for a second. I was very concerned, and then I had to go back up and read that you said fail me. Back at. Thank you for the 5 gifts. Thank you. Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. 10-hour stream. This is the longest stream I've done in a while, actually. Pog. Sick. I appreciate you guys tuning in with me, because I'm going to be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself. That's torture. That's torture. That actually would be torture to do that by myself. Kavanaugh, thank you for the...
I watched that shit by myself.
Loyal,
it was torturous.
Thank you guys. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the coverage with me, or thank you for joining me in the coverage. I will be back again tomorrow for our usual Saturday fun day.
Okay, so all she did was just reply, like, just say, hey, this is what the video's content, like, just repeated what you said in the post. Again, like, I have to ask Ethan Klein fans, this is copyright infringement? Because that's what Ethan is saying. Just reiterating the points made in a public post on a public forum, which Instagram is. That's copyright infringement. Strange. That doesn't make any sense.
Thank you for the 10 gift subs. Thank you. And I stream 4 days a week at the moment. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So, yeah, I appreciate all of you tuning in. I'll send you guys over to Hasan. I think it's only fair after he got.
Imagine growing up and finding out your dad wasted months of time that he could have had with you on his obsession with another man.
Well, when you put it that way, okay.
Okay, I don't think, like, Denims further really engages with any of this. She's just rating out, and this is, like, a chatter who put the link there with the snark red. Again, like, I have to say, how is this copyright infringement? I'm asking genuinely, how? This is your public opinion that you post. I've said this fucking thing 7 times at this point. Streamer, fucking move on. Wrap it up, Domi. Like, how is this copyright infringement? I don't understand. This seems very fucking ridiculous. Again, because this is a lot of the exact same arguments that Matt Haas had of Ethan when Matt Haas fucking sued him. And Ethan appropriately called it out, saying, like, that's not fucking copyright infringement. What are you fucking talking about? This is your fucking coup de grace? This is your magnum opus? This is the crux of this argument? This is pathetic.
Throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more incriminating statement if you tried. Denims, the queen of self-owning, you prevail again.
Ethan, you can cook up a more pathetic fucking statement, dude. There's no there, my dude. There's nothing. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, come on, man. Come on, Ethan.
There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now. I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hasan Piker content nuke with the United States Library of Congress. Some of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could sue.
Wait, really? Are you fucking for real? But the talks about this happened like forever ago. Now you want to do this? Just seems like a fucking spite. This is just spiteful. This is pathetic, dude. Really? You just want to go after people who fucking criticize. What's the likelihood he's gonna fucking sue like Asmongold or whatever? I mean, Asmongold probably agreed with everything that Ethan said because again, Asmongold's a fucking troglodyte. So whatever. Like, really.
Do a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars. But the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us...
Yeah, but the argument that you're going along with, Ethan, will chill the entire reaction community, my dude. You're just... This is why I say he's the horseman of hypocrisy of the slot-pocalypse. Like, quite literally. This is incredibly hypocritical actions of Ethan. The main crux of his argument so far is that Denims didn't react hard enough, and that Denims looked at a snark post that was basically his public post on Instagram. And that's copyright infringement? Really? That is the standard? So that means, I guess, like, no one's allowed to interact with any posts at all of, like, a corporation saying, like, this is a deal that we're doing. And a person saying, well, it's fucking dog shit. Like, that corporation now has grounds to sue that individual for copyright infringement. Like, that's the standard that Ethan is going along with. Like, again, I reiterate, this is the fucking dumbest shit on the planet.
This all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead of him. This is not a healthy environment. And with people like Hasan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fear is that Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger...
Time the fuck out. What the fuck are you talking about? That's Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen at this point, like, Twitch has bought the rights to allow people to play those fucking TV shows. What the fuck are you talking about? Twitch quite literally has a stream of, like, they used to do this, like, a couple years ago. They had a stream where they were playing the fucking Pokemon anime. They probably bought the rights for people to be able to stream that particular content. What are you fucking talking about? Okay, so then you should have the exact same standards for Discord fucking watch parties. Okay, anyone who streams on Discord, for example, a Discord watch party, a movie or what have you, or TV show, all of them should be sued, and that Discord should start cracking down on that in particular because of that. Okay, YouTube, for example, should also not allow anyone to have any fucking re-uploads of any shows under any circumstance, right? They should heavily crack down on stuff like that and not just use the current monetary sort of copyright infringement system that they have. They should outright ban all those people and allow people to get fucking sued for that, Ethan. Right? Is that the standard? And also, again, keep in mind, YouTube currently, for example, resells shows that they have already bought the licensing of. Like, we can even, like, look this up on YouTube itself, right? Like, they allow you to buy particular shows that you can play on YouTube itself, right? Like, I don't know. Let's say fucking Friends TV show. Fuck it. This is on the official channel of Friends, right? This is the fucking official channel. Let me fucking pull up the tab. They're not charging you anything for this. If I watch this, am I automatically committing copyright infringement? What about public domain? I don't know if these are on the public domain or not. Like, Friends has stopped airing on network television at this point for fucking years. Like, if you were to watch this, should you get a copyright strike? Is this infringement? Do the creators of Friends have the ability to sue you now? This is very, very strange, I'll be honest.
Our entire field. Now, before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video. Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Kaceytron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. I know. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look, you think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul,
okay,
she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission?
She's like, okay, so far, schizophrenia, okay, whatever. Like, this is some fucking weird shit by Ethan, but okay.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denims, the queen of self.
She left for like maybe 2 minutes there of an hour-and-a-half long video. Oh no, it's the end of the world. That means it's copyright infringement. Like, seriously? Really, Ethan? Okay.
Self-owning. And my god, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my god, bro, I love you, Hasan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the
Like, she spent 4 hours on the video, man. Streamer, you need to react harder. React harder, streamer. Streamer, why aren't you reacting hard enough? Streamer, react harder. Forehead. Like, seriously, bro? That's the... Okay, whatever. Stupid.
hostages that have been released so far have said that they've been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi.
Again, if we want to talk about the... There have been families of the hostages who have said to the Israeli state, please stop using our story. You're not using it accurately. You're using it for propagandistic purposes. That's been confirmed by those families, but okay, whatever. Hey, Ethan, the state of Israel often puts out a lot of propaganda to justify a lot of the actions that they do in the Middle East. That happens really often, Ethan. Very, very cool.
Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. Well, that seems pretty definitive.
He never said.
Okay, you know what? Okay, we'll do the meme. Okay, because you're kind of stupid. Because he himself also said in that interview that he's a Yemeni citizen. But when were the Houthis put on the foreign terrorist watch list? Whoa, President Donald J. Trump redesignates the Houthis as a foreign terrorist organization. The executive order sets in motion a process by which Ansar Allah, also known as the Houthis, will be designated a foreign terrorist organization. President Trump designated the Iranian-backed Houthis as a foreign terrorist organization in January 2021, so just as he was about to leave. Within 1 month of taking office, the Biden administration reversed the Houthis' designation. So that was in February of 2021. When did Hasan interview Rashad al-Haddad? When did Hasan interview Rashad al-Haddad. When did he do that? When did he do that? Timothy Chalamet. About a year ago. This is a Clips channel, of course.
So this
It was about a year ago. They were not on the fucking terrorist watch list at that point. They were not on there. He's not a fucking terrorist, okay? They are basing this completely off of fucking Newsweek goddamn fucking headlines. Even though he said himself in the fucking goddamn interview that he is not a fucking Houthi, okay? English is his second language. In the interview, he had an interpreter. Was he entirely fucking accurate or correct? Maybe I don't know if he fucking understood exactly. This is what we call manufacturing consent, Ethan. This is how it looks like. Because again, at this point, Houthis, not a terrorist organization under the Biden administration. I guess the Biden administration are now a bunch of terrorist sympathizers, I suppose. Cool, okay. We got redesignated as a terrorist organization under the Trump administration. So actually, Ethan is now to the right of the Trump administration on that particular issue. Incredible to say. Very cool. And he himself, based off of the interview, which no one had to ask what his perspectives were on this, he himself has said that he is not a part of the Houthis. His last name is not also al-Houthi, so he's not a Houthi in that respect. And he himself has claimed that he is not a Houthi. Now, if you can present evidence to say that he is lying, sure. But based off of him saying that he's a soldier is tenuous at best. The sort of pike through, I don't know, the dude's fucking anus kind of image that he posted. Does that mean he is a Houthi? No. Does that mean he's violent and he doesn't like Zionists? Sure. Yeah, I can agree with that position. That doesn't mean he's a fucking Houthi, though. Like, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. There is no standard that's being set here.
Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun part. Let's take a look at the complaints.
And of
let's
course, like I said before, out of context clips based off of DGGers. Because again, that's what this motherfucker operates off of. Clips from DGGers. Who are, as I have said before, incredibly fucking dishonest. And I know that these, like, simpering morons will get into the fucking comments and say, like, oh, there's, like, no evidence to suggest that Ethan supports fucking DGG or has anything to do with DGG. You're kind of hallucinating. Sure, okay. We can debunk that real quick. Ethan Klein sponsored by Redact. Sure, we can do this. Ethan Klein being sponsored by Redact. Here it fucking is. DGGers. You want an Ethan Klein fans. Mostly DGGers at this point. Do you really want to argue to me that fucking motherfucking Ethan Klein has nothing to do with Destiny? Dan Saltman is one of Destiny's right-hand men and his podcast co-host. So you can fucking miss me with that bullshit.
Start with my favorite of the three, the very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Kaceytron.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say, don't you think? Why are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint a clever little title, and here's Kaceytron's. She smoked more than she spoke. Kaceytron smokes 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment...
That's the basis of the fact that she smoked a lot of weed while watching it. That's the... okay, whatever. I guess you really can sue anyone in America for fucking anything. It's ridiculous.
We thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes, 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her...
Are you really? Seriously? This is fucking weird. Oh no, she spoke too much. That's not gonna pass the fucking smell test, Ethan. She still provided commentary on the fucking actual video itself, right? If she has lawyers, they can provide an argument saying like, okay, again, it's all just streamer, react harder, streamer, why aren't you reacting hard enough? Streamer, react harder. You need to react harder to this fucking clip, streamer. That's the fucking argument he's going with. Again, you can argue, okay, really fucking easy. I'm not a fucking lawyer or anything, but the argument can just be like, okay, who cares about how long she spent reacting and providing third-party commentary and spent this amount of time smoking? Who cares about that? She still provided reaction and commentary and her perspectives on parts of the video that is within fair use. That's the exact same argument that you fucking made, Ethan. Ethan, I'm getting the where's my fucking keys? Hey, Ethan Klein fan. That's the same argument that he made against Matt Haas. Are you people for fucking real? Fucking nonsense. Do we need to go to like his old Matt Haas video and just be like, all right, let's get a tally of how much Ethan just dirtles about and just watches the actual video itself and how much time he spends providing fucking commentary. Oh man, he spent this amount of time more dirtling about. That means he should be fucking have grounds to be sued or some shit. It's ridiculous. Also, we're talking about a live format in comparison to an edited format. If you spend time dirtling about, doing fucking nothing, you can edit those parts out, you fucking troglodyte. But this is the standard that we're going with in comparison to a live fucking format? This is fucking stupid.
Quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably from smoking 42 times.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues.
I mean, to be fair, Ethan, like, a lot of what you were saying was very disparate, very separate from one another, kind of, like, ridiculous. I've talked about the problems that I have had with that video, how you misattribute a lot of stuff and don't have full historical context on a lot of the things that you are talking about, and what you do provide in terms of historical context is that of a Zionist fucking lens. And also we have talked about consistently about, whoa, the fucking problems of, well, the Dan Saltman fucking conspiracy theory. But, you know, I don't know. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Like, come on. Come on. Like, what is this, man? This is nothing. This is such a fucking nothing burger, dude. Like, what? Indeed, Kaceytron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Kaceytron smokes marijuana, frequently in a high concentrated form through a vaporizer, for nearly 19 minutes, which is 3 minutes more than Kaceytron speaks during her group viewing session. Seriously. That's the fucking argument. This is fucking pathetic, bro. Really. What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I lost the plot. Is Kaceytron, like, a very politically astute individual? Does she have, like, a perfect understanding of, like, ideology and, like, political terminology? I assume not. I think the most of the content that she does is more girly pop shit and not political content in comparison to the... Well, I mean, Frogan doesn't really do politics anymore all that much. She sometimes does, but again, she also does girly pop shit. Denims is really the only political commentator here. Like, do these people have the same political acumen in comparison? Frogan, sure, but she doesn't really do it anymore as much and has moved on to do other content. Kaceytron probably not as much, to be honest. Mostly, like, probably based off of what she's viewed from Hasan. Denims does political commentary, sure, yeah, as a political commentary sort of streamer as a living. Okay, you can make that argument, I suppose, but we're talking about Kaceytron here, who probably is not as politically plugged in or tuned in comparison to, say, Frogan or Denims. This is, again, weak fucking argument here.
Kaceytron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Kaceytron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers, on 42 separate occasions. At one point, Kaceytron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot." To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
Again, the reason why she's reacting to this is because her chat told her to react to this, because I don't know if she's like a Hasan orbiter per se, but she probably has a lot of Hasan viewers in her chat now because she is sort of live talking about and agreeing with a lot of Hasan's positions on stuff, especially in terms of like a lot of feminist positions that Hasan generally has. She also does not like Asmongold and does not like XQC, goes after them quite often because, again, she sees them as misogynist, which is a correct assessment by Kaceytron, and she does girly pop feminist content mostly. I don't know if, like, feminist content. She has girly pop shit. That's the same shit you do, Ethan. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? This is, again, the thread that's being laid out here is so fucking thin that it's like I'm fucking deconstructing this shit in terms of how ridiculous this is. If a lawyer gets their hands on this, they're gonna just be like, this is the dumbest fucking shit on the planet. And it's gonna be, again, similar to the Noah Samsen fucking goddamn lawsuit. It's gonna be thrown out of fucking court because there's nothing here. This is ridiculous.
But you kids love anime, right?
Man, she smoked weed a bunch.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
I can't believe that Kaceytron is doing what her fucking chat asked her to do. Whoa. I can't believe that streamer decided to do what chat wanted for her to do. Oh no. React harder, streamer. You must react harder. It's ridiculous. React harder.
Musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you look? You think I made this? This isn't a music video, Hasan.
And as dumb as all of that is, this is the part that really got her sued.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna watch it. What the fuck is going on here?
Stating
again, like, the Matt Haas made the exact same argument against you, Ethan. Are you for real, dude? Like, come on. Then you can make this exact same argument about all it's such a broad fucking position that you can make this exact same argument for, again, all fucking drama react streamers or all fucking commentary streamers. That's the fucking problem with this lawsuit. Because, again, the threadbare line that you are sort of fucking operating off of is, oh man, what is a justifiable amount of time for a streamer to react, to commentate on a particular sort of position? Now, obviously, most people's chats would probably complain to people saying like, streamer, you're reacting too hard to this fucking thing. Please just keep going, right? And there's a particular fucking, I don't know, balance that needs to be struck here based off of the fucking chat. Which is why it's really fucking difficult to make the argument. Again, like you even said before, she provided 15 minutes of commentary. Her lawyers can argue, like I've been arguing, who is to say exactly how much time a particular streamer or content creator is to spend on a fucking video. Where is a law that sort of determines that within copyright law? There isn't any, as far as I know, which is why this standard is fucking stupid, right? Now, you can, base off of what Lamino has said, and if I recall correctly, Lamino's argument, which is the definition Ethan is operating off of, and this is where I would agree with Lamino, is if you have a fucking streamer who plays a fucking video, gets up, leaves, and just lets the entirety of the video play for the streamer's audience to watch and have no commentary, provide absolutely nothing provide nothing in terms of additional context or arguments or positions. They just get up, they leave, they just re-upload the fucking content without a proper accreditation, then that is content stealing. I agree with that. But we're going to, like, as case that we saw Denims' fucking re-upload of the 4-hour fucking thing, right? She was there the whole fucking time. Did not leave her chair for one fucking moment. What are you fucking saying here? Do we need to... Okay, I'll do the same thing with Kaceytron. Let me see if I can find fucking Kaceytron's VOD on this. Sure. Why not? Like, this is so fucking stupid, man. Kaceytron, Ethan Klein, content nuke. Is there a VOD of this? Does she have like a fucking VOD of this or something? Of course, like, all these dumbasses are fucking soying out over it. There's Denims. I want the fucking VOD. Well, there's Hasan's reaction to it, saying it's embarrassing, and so far I agree with Hasan. This is incredibly fucking embarrassing. This is pathetic, dude. I'm not gonna fucking look for Kaceytron's fucking, I don't know, VOD for this on her Twitch channel, because it's more than likely fucking deleted. Probably not going to fucking find it. I don't know if there's been a YouTube re-upload of like a Kaceytron clips channel. What about Frogan? We're mostly just gonna get more recent stuff. Well, that's Frogan's response to the content nuke. Is there like a Frogan clips channel? I don't even know if there is a Frogan clips channel, because again, Frogan and Kaceytron are, relatively speaking, in comparison to Denims, relatively small content creators. So, no, not really. I'm not seeing any of the fucking, Frogan's VOD about this either. All we can operate off of is Denims' fucking VOD. And again, she spent fucking 4 hours on this, dude. Like, seriously. What is the fucking argument that's being... Like, streamer, you're not spending long enough. You need to react harder, streamer. Yeah. Streamer, react harder. Yeah. That's the argument so far that Ethan is positing here. It's fucking stupid.
Outright that her intention of doing this is so that people who don't want to support me can watch it through her is why copyright infringement laws exist. You could not and should not.
Yes, but the problem is that it's going to be really difficult to argue copyright infringement based off of Lamino's fucking definition, because again, did she ever leave the fucking goddamn chair for an extended period of time? The only evidence for that in terms of the 3 people that you are suing is Denims never left her fucking chair, right? We just saw, right? She was there for the entire fucking 4 hours, didn't fucking leave. Frogan got up to the bathroom for about 2 minutes of an hour-and-a-half long video, and Kaceytron, as far as I can tell, has not left her seat. This is not gonna fucking pan out the way that it is. This is so fucking tenuous and broad that it borders on non-argument.
Do that, especially if your commentary consists of you taking bong loads. At least try to engage with the content. Whoa, what was that? Oh, sorry. That was a flying star. It almost got me. You know her and you love her, guys. Frogan. Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative? I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethics."
She fucking left for 2 minutes, man. 2 fucking minutes. Would you make the same argument if she paused the video and then left it or something? Like, would you make the same argument? I almost feel like you would. Again, there's just no basis for this. This is a non-argument. This is fucking stupid.
Hell yeah. Huh, very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support, and thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
I don't have anything to say, dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute and 32 seconds? It's been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fuck?
Frogan is correct, by the way, in this assessment. Ethan reiterated the same point very, very often in this fucking video. Like, she's not wrong, to be quite honest here. But again, the crux of the main argument that fucking goddamn Ethan is operating off of is this streamer react harder forehead. Which is a dumb fucking argument. Which is not going to work in the court of law, because that's such a broad fucking argument that it's going to be impossible to point to, like, a particular law in fucking copyright infringement. And again, do all of your fucking posts and everything have copyright infringement? When they reacted to it at that time, they didn't have... You said yourself that it didn't have fucking copyright in it, and you're copywriting it right now, dude. So that means at that time, they're not committing copyright infringement because you yourself just said that your video didn't even have copyright at that time, Ethan. This is fucking pathetic, dude.
Fucking idiot. He's mentally ill and he's having a mental breakdown and uploading it to fucking YouTube. You're gonna make at least one good point. What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing." You may use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
This into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and...
Stupid.
Which is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happens?
Yeah, when interviewing terrorists, Ethan, you are lying, Ethan. I'll say the fucking point again. Within 1 month of taking office, the Biden administration reversed the Houthis' designation as a foreign terrorist organization. And at that time, when Hassan interviewed Rashad al-Haddad, well, Ansar Allah was not a terrorist organization, so that means he's not a fucking terrorist. I guess the Biden administration are collaborationists with terrorists? Oh no, not heckin' Wholesome Marino, Joe Biden Areno, a collaborationist with terrorists? Gasp! Come on, bro. Like, seriously. This is the fucking... Lazy. Like, this took me 5 fucking seconds to find. They only got redesignated this year, Ethan. Ethan! This is incredibly fucking lazy, dude. So fucking lazy.
But you just pause it. That's it. You just pause the video, right? Like, you get up and you go to the bathroom, you just pause it. They should be watching for you. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right? As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not why she's getting sued. This is.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch nuke ethically. Hell yeah. I found my way from Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people. I came for the entry star credit. Ethan is so pathetic while Hasan is in Japan. I'm probably having a great time. Exactly. We're gonna watch it live, yes. He doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the stated malicious intent to steal. They talk about watching ethically.
That's not gonna be malicious intent to fucking steal, dude. What are you fucking talking about? You have that video did not have copyright on it, first off. So therefore, you can't fucking provide any basis for that. You yourself said in your own fucking video that you just submitted that video into the library of fucking copyright. So then you have basis to sue people dishonestly. So, okay, that's cool, great, fantastic, Ethan. So you don't have basis for this fucking suit to begin with. And also, whoa, crazy. They fucking provided commentary on the fucking videos. And they never fucking left their seats. In the case of fucking Denims. Same with fucking Kaceytron. And oh no, fucking Frogan left for fucking 2-3 minutes to go to the bathroom. This is fucking stupid, dude. And a video that is about an hour and a half long. Are you actually, like, for real, dude? Like, what is the... There's no argument here. This is fucking stupid. This is pathetic, dude.
But I learned not to steal when I was 5. Up next is Denims.
Dennis.
And honestly, just take a look at this, guys. It's a nightmare on Denim Street. Not only did she chair react, but she was kind enough to write her name right at the top just so that we knew that she was stealing my content and it was her room and nobody.
How long did she fucking leave in this 4-hour fucking react? Did she leave from her fucking chair, bro? Like, really? Like, really? She was there for most of the fucking video, Ethan. Are we for real? Are we for real, Ethan? Whoa, she got up and left once for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Otherwise, she was there for pretty much the entirety of the fucking nuke, dude. Seriously, this is...
I hope you get PTSD.
Stupid fucking argument, man.
Else's. Judge, did you know that we're on Denim Street right now? Here's some quotes from Denims. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it. That is very explicit. Denim said, quote,
No, it's not, dude. She said she's gonna fucking stream the fucking goddamn content nuke. That doesn't mean she is doing that with the intention to provide fucking copyright infringement or be a content thief. She provided commentary for more than 2 hours. Again, streamer, why aren't you reacting hard enough? What is an efficacious amount of time in order to spend on reacting to a piece of content? I'm probably spending too much time fucking reacting to this thing and providing my fucking arguments and commentary on this. This is what I mean. This is fucking pathetic, dude. This is the most stupid fucking ridiculous shit I've ever seen on the planet. This is fucking dumb, bro. This is really, really fucking stupid.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. Your content? The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully, when I'm back, they're done with this.
Oh no, she peed.
Okay.
You do look better.
Mr. 305. I see it.
Dude, you should do this.
I have an alternate.
She literally said she streamed for 10 hours, Ethan. 10 hours. At the end of this VOD. We even saw it ourselves. She streamed for 10 fucking hours. It's longer than an average workday. It's longer than you fucking spend on your dumb fucking podcast. Longer than I spend fucking streaming. Are you actually serious, bro? Seriously. This is fucking stupid, dude.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't get more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere.
Wait, this wasn't even during the fucking this is actually makes him look worse. She went up and got food. He's watching the podcast at this point. That doesn't mean oh my fucking god. Holy shit, he's mixing up the fucking timelines here, being dishonest about it. That's incredible. This was before the fucking content nuke where she went to the bathroom for, what, 2 or 3 fucking minutes. It's a countdown to the nuke itself. This is such fucking pathetic bullshit by Ethan, dude. This is pathetic, man. Fucking pathetic, bro. Oh my fucking lord. She got the food before the nuke was even on. And went to the bathroom before the fucking nuke. Because she was, like, reacting to the fucking nuke, providing commentary for about 4 hours on the fucking nuke itself. Like, seriously, dude. Are you actually for real? There's just no basis for the argument. They're ridiculous.
Where else? If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here, because I'm gonna be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
Let me also commercialize it by asking you to reward me financially for stealing his content. That is like chef kiss. By the way.
Oh no, it's the end of the world. I didn't get 50,000 extra views on my fucking content nuke, which still got millions of fucking views, and in comparison to the content cop, which doubled my amount of views that I got in half of the fucking time. Like, again, there's no fucking argument here. This is fucking dumb, dude.
Wait, Denims had a very successful stream. She had 43,000 people watching her live. Take a look at the title of her Twitch stream. Ethan Klein Hasan Content Nuke Watch Party. A watch party? I don't think that's fair use. Now, Denims, of course, always delivering the goods.
Again, then you have to make the argument that literally what Twitch is doing in terms of watch parties, because they have official fucking watch parties on Twitch, like they did with the Pokemon anime, streaming on Twitch itself, then that is copyright infringement, and those fucking streams have pulled before, like tens of thousands of viewers before. That is copyright infringement. You'd have to make that exact same argument. Like, it's stupid, man. It's just dumb.
She went on this dude's podcast to debate fair use. And would you be surprised if I told you she said a lot of incriminating things in that podcast? The queen of self-own never disappoints.
I want to be clear on my opinion on like filler content and stuff. Like I think filler content, like you shouldn't do it.
It's very, very funny that fucking Ethan Klein is complaining about self-owned content when he's self-owning himself right now. Like having like he doesn't have an argument, man. It's just a React Harder streamer forehead. That's not an argument, Ethan.
I know I do it as a React stream, and I try to do it only when I do it with like Vox videos or Vice videos and stuff like that, because at least I'm not like directly ripping from one content creator and not like a whole team and stuff. And most of those videos have like 5 million views. I only get like 500 viewers. Like I'm taking maybe 50 views from the video. It's a lot harder to feel like, I guess.
Wait. This is old. This is old, right? Like she didn't used to have 1,600 viewers. You fucking dumbass. This is an interview from. Okay, hold on. We can debunk this. Denims JXC. Sure. Where is this debate? Contentious debate. This was 3 years ago, Ethan. Ethan. This was 3 fucking years ago, bro. Yeah, she had less viewers 3 years ago. What the fuck are you talking about? This is fucking stupid. Like, seriously. Really? 3 years ago. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Like, come on, man. Are we for real, bro? Whatever. Stupid.
That's bad about that, whereas like I would feel very bad about doing that to like a single content creator. The majority of people say that they literally wouldn't watch Hell's Kitchen unless I was streaming. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm reacting hard enough. You know, I'm sure if you click on a random part of the video, I might not be saying anything, sure, whatever. And I might walk away from the screen. But it's about like the communal thing.
That's not stealing fair use. That's just not how that works, man. This doesn't work within the fucking court of law. We can talk about, I don't know, efficaciousness, but again, like Hell's Kitchen, like all these other like large multimedia fucking conglomerates at this point. Who the fuck cares if like you're stealing a couple fucking thousand viewers from them, because they're not going to sue based off of that, because it's an incredibly expensive process for them. They're just not really going to give much of a shit at all about that and prefer to use YouTube's automated copyright system, which may or may not catch that, or they're just not going to care, because those things don't fucking stream anymore on any of these fucking platforms. It's like, this is such a fucking ridiculous fucking argument that Ethan is having here. Super tenuous at best.
It's why like fucking Toast started streaming Death Note. It's not about the actual show at a certain point. It's the same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with other people. A lot of people go to watch streamers on Twitch for their React content almost as a curator. So they don't actually want to go through YouTube themselves and watch a bunch of videos, and they probably never will go through YouTube and click a bunch of videos. They like going to Twitch because they like to have it as like, this streamer is curating fun content that I want to watch. From the people that I've
That's like, whoa, streamer, you need to react harder. I mean, like, how is this, like, not fair fucking use, okay? Oh, no. Like, is it, like I said before, what Denims is saying here is not necessarily inaccurate in what she's saying. A lot of the fucking goddamn shows that get streamed on Twitch do not get played anymore on network fucking television. For example, Twitch is not going to allow the restreaming of a lot of fucking network television. Twitch has its own copyright infringement process. If you are streaming, like, say you go on fucking Netflix, and you are fucking streaming shit that is currently streaming on network fucking television, you're going to get copyright infringement notices based off of that, and you're going to get banned for a day, Ethan. You're going to get banned for that. That's how that works. He doesn't know how any of this shit works. It's fucking ridiculous. It's stupid, man. It's ridiculous.
Talk to, the people who watch Twitch content are specifically there to watch it so they don't have to scroll through YouTube and find a video they like. If someone watches content, I already said this, if someone watches content on someone else's stream, there is a very low likelihood that they're going to go watch it separately and give you like the view or the like. Or the people who are watching content on Twitch, curated Twitch content on Twitch, aren't necessarily people that would be watching content on YouTube.
That, my friend, is called theft. And you're...
It's not... Just isn't. It just isn't. Again, a company is not going to sue a small content creator because that is an incredibly expensive process for them to go through. Is that, like, fair use, what is being described there? Maybe, maybe not, sure, whatever. Like, streamer, you need to react hard enough. Those examples, you can make the argument, sure, saying that that is not fair use. But the thing is that you're trying to apply that argument to over here when that doesn't fucking apply. That's the fucking issue. Your argument doesn't fucking work here, my dude. So it's silly that you are fucking saying this. And again, a lot of the fucking goddamn shows that people react to on Twitch, because again, like, I'll fucking look at the fucking goddamn stupid Twitch dashboard. Is that what you want, Ethan? Here. Twitch has its own fucking copyright infringement fucking goddamn show. Or, rules that you can read and take a look at. This is from the Twitch dashboard itself, my dude. God, this is so fucking stupid, dude. Copyright. I just want to fucking play the image. Like, this is what it is, my dude. Twitch complies with the DMCA and similar laws worldwide. When we receive a DMCA notification that targets content on your channel, it's processed under our DMCA guidelines, which, guess what? Them and the companies fucking overall agreed with, and may result in a strike being issued to your account. When this happens, you will be notified on Twitch, and details about the claim will be sent to the email address linked to this account. If you include copyrighted material in your channel that you don't have the rights to, such as playing recorded music in the background of your stream, you are at risk of receiving a copyright strike. This is the exact same on fucking YouTube, dumbass. Repeat copyright infringement can affect your ability to stream. If you accumulate 3 copyright strikes, your account is subject to termination. And then you get to learn more about the copyright law and the tools available. Again, a lot of the fucking shows that get fucking restreamed are not being played anywhere in particular within network television on those fucking countries and platforms anymore. So therefore, they're not going to heavily enforce their fucking copyright on that, because it's going to be incredibly time consuming to fucking fight all those lawsuits. It would be incredibly fucking expensive to fight all those fucking lawsuits. It would take a ton of fucking time to do that as well. So they're just not going to fucking bother. There's no fucking point. Now, can we quibble about, is that fucking theft? At that point, if they're not monetizing and not playing it on fucking goddamn network television anymore, I would say no. That is not theft at that point. Like, what was some of the, like, Hell's Kitchen? Does Hell's Kitchen, like, the old episodes of it, because I know of, like, the Hell's Kitchen, like, react streams, right? I know that's, like, a thing that happens. Are those fucking goddamn stream? Are those old seasons of Hell's Kitchen being streamed on major television platforms anymore? No, they are not. Now, if more recent seasons of Hell's Kitchen, like, does Hell's Kitchen even get fucking streamed? I'm curious. Hell's Kitchen. Does it still get fucking, like, played on network television? Premiered on Fox in 2005 via the Chefs, seasons 1 to 18, or their caller around season 19. Gordon Ramsay breaks 2 chefs in 2 teams, with the exception of the first, 18th, and 21st seasons. 21st season is what? Is it still going on? Yes, it's still going on. Okay, then we have to ask ourselves this question then. They're mostly playing old seasons of fucking Hell's Kitchen, okay? Are those being played on fucking network television? Are the streamers playing more recent fucking episodes, more recent seasons of fucking Hell's Kitchen on their fucking streams? No, they are not. So they are not committing copyright infringement. Because guess what? Those fucking episodes are no longer being fucking aired anywhere. Because otherwise, you know what would happen? They would be getting copyright infringement fucking notifications from Twitch. and they're not getting them. So therefore, they're not committing copyright infringement if they're following the standards of fucking Twitch that Twitch has overall agreed with other fucking companies. That's how it works, Ethan.
A thief, and now I'm suing you. This is just a testimony to how brazen and how safe they've, gotten. That she thinks she can go out in public, on video, and say shit like, I'm stealing this content because I want to. I'm coping even though I know it's stealing. When people watch it with me, they're definitely not going to go watch the original. Like, you are way too comfortable committing crimes out in the...
Again, like, these are fucking goddamn crimes, allegedly, and takes that you are taking in, like, complete random sort of spurious moments that you're going to try to put together as, like, an argument. This is fucking stupid, bro. This isn't going to go anywhere. This is ridiculous.
Open. Well, there you have it. 3 separate lawsuits for 3 separate geniuses. Now, I want to make it clear again, and I hope it's been obvious about why I'm suing these 3 people and not others. These people not only violated all the principles of fair use, they also did it maliciously. And that's...
There is no evidence to suggest that they violated the principles of fair use. You can make the exact same arguments with the people that you are not going forward with, such as Hasan, such as XQC, such as fucking Asmongold. You're not suing them more than likely because you want to ingratiate yourselves with their audiences. Well, not Hasan's audience, but Asmongold's and fucking XQC's by constantly attacking Hasan. That's what you're doing, Ethan. Ridiculous.
That's the part that really got me. I think if you're a reactor on Twitch, for the most part, if you make a good faith effort to comment, and if you make a good faith effort to promote the author, to link to them, to try to drive traffic to the original video, I think you're probably pretty much doing the right thing, and that's fine. And I would never sue someone for that. Take it to...
time to see if I sort of fucking fall under this category of fair use under whatever, like, Ethan's demented sort of idea of fair use is at this point. Like, I ask you, Ethan, did you do the same thing with Matt Haas's fucking video? No. Which is the basis of why he sued you, which is why this is not going to go anywhere. It's just not. This isn't going to go anywhere. This is fucking stupid.
These 3 absolute morons to state their intention to steal my property on video. And to all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for copyright infringement, I just have this to say.
Mm-hmm. What's the argument?
I don't care. What I do hope, though...
Nice! You don't fucking care. Horsemen of hypocrisy of the Sloppocalypse, as always. I should have expected no less that Ethan Klein could give less of a fuck. His goddamn arguments are spurious and extremely tenuous at best, bordering on non-arguments in of themselves, but that is for a court to determine at this point that, whoa, crazy. He's just doing frivolous fucking lawsuits because he has the wealth and the ability to do as such now, similar to what Matt Haas attempted to do. This is fucking bullshit. This is complete fucking nonsense that Ethan is operating off of. These lawsuits are effectively slap suits meant to make Denims, Kaceytron, and Frogan shut the fuck up at this point. Completely frivolous and ridiculous. This is fucking pathetic.
Is that you'll support their crowdfunding efforts to defend themselves. Because let's face it, I want to make sure there's money left over for me when I win my lawsuits. Thanks for watching, everybody.
You're not winning shit from this, Ethan. Cope and fucking seethe about it. Again, that Noah Samsen lawsuit didn't go anywhere. It completely failed arbitration. It went nowhere. Like, it was halted as soon as it got to the fucking judge's fucking desk. Like, quite literally. This is fucking pathetic. Conclusion. Simple. This is complete frivolous bullshit. Ethan Klein has essentially become Matt Haas and is a complete utter hypocrite. And as I would expect, no less from the horsemen of hypocrisy. Whoa. He is now doing the exact same thing that he pretends to have cared about. This is quite literally the emblem of hypocrisy. This is complete fucking utter nonsense and bullshit. And you should probably support fucking any crowdfunding efforts that Frogan, Denims, and Kaceytron will attempt to assemble in order to defend themselves from this complete frivolous lawsuit. Hey, Ethan, what happened to that first Denims lawsuit? Did you think that people would forget about that? Denims also crowdfunded for that, and as far as we know, she returned the fucking money. That's already a pretty bad look on you, Ethan, that you decided to, admittedly, even on your own podcast, back down from your initial Denims fucking lawsuit. So, again, this is frivolous fucking nonsense. This is fucking stupid, and it's gone nowhere. Like, we can even look up the fucking clip, right? Ethan Klein backing off of lawsuit Denims. Let's see. Well, I mean, it's going to be mostly just a bunch of fucking bullshit here, but... Here. Evidence of her refunding, or at least what she is saying. This was the initial fucking lawsuit, for example, that Denims fucking, raised money for and refunded. Ethan plans to use lawsuits. Where is the other fucking Denims' clip? Of when, because I'm trying to find specifically the very fucking first. Here it is. Ethan. Why don't we take a quick look at this clip?
Oh yeah, so Denims now wants to call in because I offered for her to call in a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's obviously scheming. I don't think she would dare to stand toe to toe with me. She says I'm scared of her after I just debated Hasan and Sam Cedar. It's like, please.
Well,
yeah, debates where you looked completely fucking ridiculous, Ethan. Those did not make you look good.
I don't know the timeline exactly, but Anissa reached out at one point to tell me that she wanted to call in, but I think I wasn't able to tell you until after the show, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so you're saying she did offer in the moment?
She did offer to call in. I don't know how.
Once again, Denims, Idubs, Anissa, any of you guys want to call into the show at any time? So I mean, I don't know.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm kind of on the fence if it's worth it. I mean, it would be. I think it could be good content.
Ah.
Right?
I personally don't think that you should, because I think, you know.
Oh yeah, so Denims now wants to.
Nice. So self-admitting to not going ahead with that. Clip from Mike from PA. As much as I don't like Mike from PA, what does this have to say?
I want to address something from Denims' correction demand in her letter. The letter claims I falsely stated that Denims herself filed the preceding CPS report, or that Denims caused others to do so.
You did say that quite literally in episodes of your podcast, even though you had no evidence for that. But sure, based off of some spurious fucking claim that Denims fucking said for like her Twitch chat to call CPS. She did not say that, but okay, sure, cool.
The letter also states on March 11th, I acknowledged Denims had denounced herself or anyone in her community making contact with CPS. Let me be clear. I have never claimed that Denims called CPS. I have never.
He's just lying. He did admit that in multiple podcast episodes. Do we have to try to fucking find them at this point? Sure, we can try to find them. Ethan Klein saying that Denims said to call CPS. Got documentation. Well, there's Matt Lieb saying, I'm 100% against anyone calling CPS that you don't like. Cool. There's some Destiny bullshit about this. CPS call. Using a Photoshop screenshot from what? A YouTube video. Let's see.
Also,
that's 2 hours fucking long. What do we have here?
Or perhaps he lost his extra. The housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons.
Now pay
So I would
attention
assume
to
he
her
doesn't
chat.
have to have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like.
All right, everybody, pay attention to the chat.
Oh yeah, this I
Pay
also.
attention to the chat. That is.
Yeah, this I also like did a debunking of this exact same thing. This is the fucking. This was during the content cop where he fucking covers the fucking chat. Very, very funny.
Going on based upon what's on the screen here.
Uh-huh.
Right? I don't know what this is, but like this is the chat that is referencing what's on the screen here. It's directly above her. Everybody pay attention to that. You hear what Ethan said?
Paying attention?
He said, pay attention to this chat.
Mm-hmm.
This is the chat that is on referencing what's on the screen. The real-time chat. Everybody pay attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Covered in dog shit.
What?
He has
No, he covered it. Why are you doing that?
Ethan?
Damn, much CPS. So service, bro needs to unironically call CPS. That's child engagement. Okay, if his kids have giardia, they actually need to be taken away. Actual worst father ever. Wow. So Ethan isn't only sexualizing underage girls, he's also neglecting children. Okay. Decliner needs to take care of his kids. What the fuck? Giardia means you're leaving your dog shit on the floor for a while and your kids are walking on it, probably eating it, etc., etc., etc. The chat goes on and on and on.
That's a screenshot of the chat, Ethan. The actual chat that was playing was in the top right-hand corner. That was not talking about. It's stupid.
I'm sorry.
He was lying.
I'm sorry. What is this? Ethan? What is this?
I love it when people lie. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
What is this here?
Nice screen capping there, Ethan.
I thought this was a live scrolling chat feed. You told me this was a live scrolling chat feed. Why do I see clippings
of emotes? I can confirm what Sean the Black is saying here. Because guess what? Very often in my fucking commentary videos, I will be responding to what people are saying in the chat. And having that as a sort of additive to the commentary. And I will clip that fucking part of the chat and I will add it to the fucking video. I do it very commonly. And sometimes, you know, am I the best screen capper out there? No. Sometimes parts of an emote will clip. Like this. This is fucking screen capped poorly. Very, very funny.
of other messages above this message as though it was edited together. This one doesn't even extend all the way. Now I'm confused.
That's a little weird.
Like this was something that was edited and spliced together, potentially in Photoshop, to give the appearance as though these are all messages coming one after the other, and not, I don't know, messages taken all throughout the day, potentially?
Yeah. Fucking honest. Dishonesty. But that's cool. Very cool. Ethan is just fucking lying. As I have said before, he himself also fucking admitted that fucking Denims did not fucking send people in to call CPS. And again, that initial lawsuit that he had was fucking dropped. This GoFundMe she had was for that defamation legal fund, off of the basis of Denims sending people to call CPS. That was why she was raising funds for that in particular. Whoa, it didn't work out for Ethan because that lawsuit is no longer in, I don't know, circulation. It's not in fucking place anymore. Ethan is lying. He's full of fucking shit, dude. Full of it. So again, as I have been reiterating at this point, Ethan is completely fucking hypocritical. There's a reason why he is the horseman of hypocrisy. He is the arch fucking hypocrite at this point in terms of these completely idiotic, frivolous fucking lawsuits. He's full of shit. He is a liar. He is a fucking pretender. It is based off of absolutely nothing. But then again, I expected nothing less from the horseman of hypocrisy.